I'm really sorry for the delay in this week's chapter review, but hello and welcome to Underwisey. My name is Soham and today we're going to talk about Dr. Stone Manga chapter 174. Now if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with Dr. Stone reviews. We are trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, so a like and sub would be massively appreciated. Now personally, I really like this chapter because it addressed one particular thing which I've been talking about for a really long time now, and that is in regards to the Panama Canal. And so far I'm really liking the direction that this series is taking so far, and I'm pretty excited about the results that will show forth. And like I said a couple of chapters back, I was really not happy with the way in which the character of Dr. Chelsea was introduced into the story, but so far I'm really liking how she is being portrayed. She's like this bubbly and lively girl who is just encouraging the group to move forward. And here she also kind of explains to us what exactly is the Panama Canal and how or why we cannot or can take it, and what all shenanigans are involved here. Because it is mentioned here that the Panama Canal has not been used for thousands of years and it might not be usable currently. But if in any way possible they can manage to utilize it, then it will be really helpful for them because they are currently using a smaller boat and the Perseus, which is a bigger boat, will not be able to pass through it. So that is the current advantage that they have. But a major problem before that is the utilization or the gathering of rubber. Because if they do make a stop there, then Stanley's pursuit team will be able to catch them, and if at all they are within the radius of his sniping skills, then they are dead for sure. There was a very nice callback to the time when Senku was shot by Stanley, and I really like the seriousness with which the entire cast is talking about all of these things. Moreover, the radar point is brought up once again and Taiju asks Ukyo if they can manipulate this entire thing in any way or form. But Ukyo says that the other side, that is Stanley's side, must be having a very capable and very, mature person who is handling the radar, and even the slightest bit of misinformation or course change will be noticed by this particular guy, and nothing, literally nothing, will leave his side. And that's when Ukyo has a breakthrough, and this is one of the most important aspects of this chapter. What Senku's team basically does here is the fact that they use a decoy. They use a decoy which will be heading towards the Panama Canal while they themselves will be collecting the rubber from the nearby region. But who or what will be the decoy? Well, that would be the mobile lab. Obviously, this entire thing will be a suicide mission and nobody other than the mobile lab will be able to pull off something like this. Because let's be real, if anyone is present on that particular mobile lab, he or she will be dead. And obviously Kaseki gets very emotional over this, and Ukyo and Taiju put up some utensils which will act like a decoy for the entire thing, and that is how they part from the mobile lab. Now to be very frank with you all, I'm not thinking that the mobile lab will be lost forever. It will possibly be picked up by the Stanley's team when they eventually reach that place, but things are looking very interesting now. Moreover, one more thing which I really found funny was the reaction to all of this. On one hand, we had the cool and collected guys who don't give a shit about this thing because it's a non-living thing after all. We see the poker face from people like Senku, Tsukasa and more, and on the other hand we have the emotional people like Kaseki, Chrome and Suika. Hell, even Taiju is giving his classic One Piece remark, even with the little X. I really like that One Piece reference of the cross or X mark on their arm, on Taiju's arm, which is a reference from the Alabasta arc. We have seen this thing previously in Dr. Stone as well, but seeing it once again here was really hilarious for me. But this particular plan is successful because Stanley's team is actually quite startled by all of this. They know that this is a decoy, but still they will have to investigate this thing because they know that the Panama Canal is a thing, and even if they try to overcome it or get past it, then they would be never able to catch them once again. So Stanley's team will have to move towards that direction, and this will give Senku's team a lot of time to cultivate the rubber and everything else. So this was some really nice stuff. Moreover, I need to give credit for the shading in this particular chapter because it was top notch. There's this one panel of Stanley who is looking from the darkness and it just looks so damn brilliant. And another panel which is my personal favorite so far, and that is in relation to Gen. In this particular chapter, Gen is genuinely the MVP and he was looking like a freaking badass. But either way, after doing all of this shenanigans, they finally reach the shores. Senku shows them how exactly they need to collect the rubber, and Kaseki reveals that they have been doing the same process for lacquer as well. So Ishigami village team will be able to help them in this pursuit, and in such a manner they finally are able to acquire rubber. In the meantime, there's a very interesting interaction between Gen and Dr. Zeno. Gen basically hands Zeno a knife and Gen tells Zeno to help them in order to make the rubber. And Zeno basically asks Gen, "Are you sure about this? Are you absolutely sure? Do you want to give an enemy a sharp object like this, which might possibly resolve into some disadvantageous situation?" To this, Gen replies that you are a pro-science user. You are a pro-scientist just like Senku, and for science, you are not going to lie. I'm pretty sure about it, and you also know this, that you are not going to lie for the sake of science. And even you know for a fact that rubber is very important here, and even your life depends upon it, so you are not going to betray us here at this moment. But just as a precaution, he decides to keep the communication device away from him just as a precautionary tale. And Zeno basically commends him for this by saying that you are not a fool for doing something like that, and that's great. Overall, this chapter was really awesome, and in the very end, they have finally acquired rubber. There was also one particular reference by Senku here as well, which I found really funny, but these are some of the major things that have happened in this particular chapter. Once again guys, I'm really sorry for the delay that happened in this particular review. I was a little busy with my work, and because of Diwali, my neighborhood was really noisy and it was really not possible for me to make this particular video or record this particular video. And that is the major reason why this particular video was delayed for a bit, and once again I'm really sorry about it. But this was the review for Dr. Stone manga chapter 174. What are your thoughts about it guys? Please mention them in the comment section below. So that's it for today guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. This is WonderYZ and I'll see you soon in the next video.